Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting match here on the Onward VR Master League. This is Season 6, Week 11, and we have a heck of a matchup for you tonight. I am Sleepy here on the main caster's chair tonight, joined by my man with the plan, and whose name is not Dan, NightFiree with two E's. How you doing tonight, NightFiree?
That was an interesting intro, and I appreciate it. I don't really have a plan since I'm not sure what to expect from this matchup we got ourselves into this fine evening.
Yeah, it should be a good one. As you can see on your screens, it's going to be Blaze versus Phoenix. So two hot members of the Onward Mastered League community going to be duking it out in the Fire and Flames tour that is tonight's matchup.
Yeah, it should be a good. I mean, these two teams have really been proving their worth this last season. Been throwing out a lot of challenges and playing a lot of top tier teams and putting up good fights. So I'm curious to see them facing off against each other, how it'll shape out.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. Blaze definitely making their mark in the scene this season, as it being their first kind of real season, or maybe that was last season. And then Phoenix, they've always been kind of middle of the board, always doing well, putting up good fights against tough teams, but never really coming out on top. And then this
Right.
season, really improving their game. I think their consistency of their game has improved a lot, and I think that's going to continue to grow over the next few seasons. But before they get everybody in and they start running this thing without us, let's hop on over into our war room and we'll get you guys set up with what's going on. So we'll be talking about our map bans first. And from the home side, the Blaze side, it does appear that they are going to be banning Bazaar. Interesting choice there. It's typically a pretty favorited map by a lot of the top tier teams. So to see a team not want to play this, they must really be worried about what Phoenix has to bring here.
Yeah, we were discussing, me and Buxton talking about it earlier, and just Bazaar is a weird one because it's a top tier competitive map, and a lot of teams really love playing it in the comp scene. But at the same time, there are some squads that dominate on it, and more often than not, those teams face off against each other on Bazaar. But in this case, it got banned.
Yeah. So, and with that, we'll talk about Phoenix's ban. And Phoenix, they're going to ban Tanker tonight. Not really a surprise. I mean, I guess it is. I don't know that Blaze tend to like this map that much or anything. I know they do play it. They're not scared of it by any means, but normally you'd see that kind of a ban come out against Danglers or something. They're typically the ones that get banned on Tanker. But what do you think, Nightfire?
Yeah, I think Tanker's kind of a throwaway ban at this point. You know, like if you don't want to ban one of the other maps, you want to kind of leave Suburbia and Cargo up for selection instead of just being relegated to. Because if you ban those other close quarters maps, you're gonna have to play Downfall.
This is true. This is true.
So I can see them maybe not wanting to play Downfall, so they're leaving their map choices open. But yeah, Tanker's out of the question, and I'm excited to see this upcoming map that we're gonna be hopping into.
Okay, well, we might be changing lobbies.
Could be changing maps too.
That's what I was just thinking. I hope they're not changing maps, or well, I guess it wouldn't matter because I haven't told the folks at home what they are playing, so that's not too bad. But those are still the bans; those will stand no matter what. And for those of you just tuning in, this has not even started yet, so no need to worry about the score verds and mama verds. Don't worry, the Blaze team have not.
I think they asked that while we were in the countdown, so probably just memeing on us.
Oh, I see. Okay, and it looks like it is a rehost, so yeah. I can't seem to get out of the lobby. Game froze up on me. So if you wanna...
Hey, I'm on that no VR option, man. I'm cruising along.
Boot up now. What do you think, NightFiree? What are your predictions? Not necessarily asking for any sort of like final. I'm not asking you to make a Buxton thing, but.
Yeah, I really kind of leaning towards Blaze on this one. Just because as a relatively somewhat newer team and how they've been playing so well lately, I think they're kind of an up-and-coming squad, so to speak. Phoenix, like you said, have been around for a while, and they've been playing good. this season in particular. And so I don't know. I think there's some possibility here. Obviously, we're gonna see what's gonna happen, but I'm excited to start it off on the quarantine.
Check your messages, sir. Oh, the right launch option. Now the question, will it work in Oculus? Hopefully it should. Taking a risk here.
Might as well have just gone back in with your headset on. It's so much easier.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're waiting, man. Should be ready to hop in as soon as our casting crew is ready.
Menu I've not seen before on the startup, but we are loading in now. I went ahead and already let Noman, the host of the lobby, know that I had to restart, so I will let him know when I am in.
I can't type in the letter Z. So
You-
good luck with that.
You can. I think it also just brings up the overlay for whatever that was for. Because I've also had that issue.
Okay, just type it in the background. That's fun. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. It should be a lot of quick. I'm expecting a lot of quick action. You know, a lot of fast moves, a lot of forward smokes. Curious to see what kind of nade tosses we get. You know, the utility situation is definitely evolving. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I completely agree with that. Utility usage has become a more and more crucial thing to be aware of than it used to be. And so now I think teams are really starting to get into what it is that they need to do, what equipment they need to have, and so on and so forth in order for them to be able to pull out these wins, especially on the more top-tiered teams. Okay, now my only problem is I've lost game audio. Oh, that's why. That is muted. I got it. It's good. All good. I will now just let Noman know, and we will send this bad boy off. No, Origin. That was a mistake. I did not mean to click on you. I do not want to play some Battlefield right now. Go. Go away. Leave me alone. All right.
Finally.
You can blame me for that, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to. But either way, here we are. We're going in. It's round number 1, map number 1, Blaze versus Phoenix here on Onward Master League 1.
Getting that fast spawn right away, so we'll see what happens. Nako's got the shield as well. No surprise there. He's a very dominant shield user. Very feared in the Master League, so we'll see what he's capable of breaking out here. Got a red dot on there. Yeah, red dot on there.
Oh, yep.
Early
There's.
cross. Oh my gosh, no shots land. And they're still pushing. They're super exposed, but Phoenix have no eyes over here.
Yeah, they've got nobody looking. I think the closest person to being able to see anything other than Squigukin, who just grabs Verds, is going to be Gibbs, who's watching kind of the gas station exit.
Nade's coming in. A good cooked nade right behind Naoko.
Oh, and Squigukin's going to get 2, but Cryo's going to get picked up there. It's not going to work out so well for Naoko. He's completely down and out. He is gone.
I'm not sure how. That nade didn't look like it was close enough to instantly frag him, but I guess it was. And he's no res available, and so they're into a 4v4. And I think the next spot up here is going to be Malcriado and Tank Courtyard. He's he's kind of creeping his way forward.
Yeah, he is, and it's a good position because he should be able to catch them out as they kind of exit from the burning center building there, but it's not. There's no one directly on the objective. I must point that out. Like if Cryocell is somehow able to like snake his way in between Malcriado and say the ambulance, he's in position. He could cap. There's nobody there to stop him. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Rushers is peeking.
Oh, I see where Rushers is now. Yeah, he's close enough to where he could get there. Sometimes these pink outlines, they just don't show up very well.
I feel you. Either way, Blaze with their next push effort coming out here. They've dumped the smokes.
Ooh.
They've got the reses, and I don't think they have the right smokes here, as Malcriado should be able to find some picks. He's gonna his eyes.
No, he's missed them all. They've all made it. Nalco, or Cryocell, is now pushed his way. He's at the rock by ambulance. Malcriado can't see him, but Rusher's going to pick up the frag. Nice headshot from him. And now Malcriado's got the flank route to Batman and Omen.
Yeah, he's definitely going to pick this up as Gibbs tagging Noman. Now Batman with the refrag. Nice picks up here, but he's going to instantly get fragged in the back by Malcriado here.
Oh, he sees it. He's turned, but it's too late.
He didn't have, I think he was radioing in, so as he looked at Malcriado, no chance of gunshots coming out, and Phoenix nicely grabbing that first round.
Absolutely, that was a great defensive play, though I will give it to Blaze. I like their gumption. They got that quick spawn, they utilized it very well, and then they kept pushing it. They didn't let a little bit of resistance stop them from pushing that any farther. You know, they just kept, they kind of forced their way in and pushed out the defenders, if you will. It didn't end up working in the long run because some great flanks and some great routes came along. But yeah, I think both teams played really well. But I got to give it up to Blaze too on that attack run. That was a really good run.
I don't know. I think I think they could have worked on their smokes a little bit better. They had some poorly placed smokes, and they were just kind of advanced on them. If you don't land your smokes, you have to kind of reevaluate the situation. They could have rotated around south on the backside, and like you're saying, they had a relatively weak coverage of objectives, so I think that could have been a better option instead of just trying to crash up the middle of the street. It's a pretty risky play, and I mean, obviously, you don't really have any cover there. It was a nice coordinated attempt, though. The smokes came out in unison. I just don't think they nailed where they wanted to go. At least Malcriado there with his inside lane really shut it down. We will see, though, how they go into defense next. Is Phoenix here riding that start? See if they can get any momentum going.
Yeah, and while we wait for that that last member of Phoenix to join, those of you who don't know what it is that we do in here on quarantine, is going to have a little bit of peeky poo your video. Okay, so as we continue to wait here for the missing player, well, let's talk about some of the stuff that's gone on this week. There's been some pretty great matchups. Any ones in particular that have been sticking out to you this week, NightFiree?
No, I feel like last week was the real standout matchups. You know, we had that Button Cup finale and a lot of intense challenges. a ton of matches. I feel like this week we kind of slowed down a scotch. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like the matches that we were anticipating to be good, the beginners versus boss fight match today, was a real blowout. Beginners just dominating it. Lemon Squad beginners match almost shaped up to be really good, but ultimately, beginners again proving to be the stronger team. So
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to agree. Last week I missed out on a lot of the games because I had some stuff going on, so obviously I wasn't casting. And honestly, I haven't even had much of a chance to watch many of the VODs from last week. But yeah, there were definitely some games, and I loved being able to look down at my phone. And even though I couldn't watch, being able to see that Twitch was live and we were covering all these different games, I swear it was like Saturday. Every time I looked down at my phone, there was another cast that I could just tune into if I wanted to. So it's nice that we had those options. But yeah, this week, not too much going on. I know one of the headliner matches from this week was rescheduled. Global Chem and Danglers just unable to find a suitable time for both teams, and so they're pushing till next week. So now both teams are going to have to play 2 games on the final week of the season before we head into the tournaments.
we're nearing the finale. We're getting close.
No. Now it makes me wonder, are there going to be any new LAN events for us to...
I kind of wonder how everything's going to shake out, right? Because next week is America for the NA side of things is Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And so I imagine it's going to be hard for teams to schedule their matchups. So we could have some serious swings in the final week of the season if we have to have some makeup matches and have a really heavy schedule that last week leading into playoffs.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm honestly kind of surprised. I mean, granted, we can't base our entire league's schedule and how it plays out off of an American holiday. But obviously, you know, it might have been something that we take into consideration next year about maybe just trying to take a bye for all the teams on this week. So that way, even teams that, you know, maybe don't have Thanksgiving to worry about, you know, or celebrate.
I'm in the background. Tell me if he...
Okay, there's Malno. But yeah, I mean, you know, it might make scheduling next year or next season when this time of year comes around a little bit easier to just give the teams a bye, let them have the holiday week, relax. I mean, I know teams that don't have to worry about the holiday and all of that will be a little bit antsy, but, you know, take a week's vacation. Come on.
Yeah, it's I know teams are still going to be playing. I mean, obviously it's just a couple of days and you have you're on vacation the rest of the weekend. So maybe it'll be easier for teams to be scheduling their matchups. We'll have to see how things shape up. But yeah, it could be exciting. I think that's where you really the action's going to start to break out, man. You get to that last week leading into playoffs, and then obviously playoffs. It's just going to be chaos.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, we don't even know like if our finals will be like the finals, or will we be seeing an LAN event and those finals will just kind of seed a certain number of seats into that event, or, you know, or what's going to happen. We have no idea. Everything.
The finals are the finals. That's what matters. It's the Master League that matters. It's the top ranking there that's what's determining who's the number one squad. We're not, you know, it's going to be exciting to see who's the champion of season 6, you know, because as soon as that's done, we're rolling into season 7. There's no what ifs or if we're going to have a finale or.
There's no off season in the Onward Master League.
Yeah, we get 2 weeks and you're right into season 7. So it's just like, no, I think that's going to be really exciting for the VR Master League to be hosting the playoffs, and it's going to be quite something.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting, man. That's where I think my attention is really focused, and I feel like, you know, maybe it might even that these middle weeks here leading into the end could kind of be your most meta, where you see your most normal positions out of teams. It'd be interesting if squads are trying to break out new strats now. Obviously, it's good to practice them. So maybe if we might see some failed attempted strats here, which would be interesting. But Yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of quality of matchups we'll get for the next few weeks, and it's gonna be good stuff. It's gonna be nothing but quality, nothing but good games here on the Master League.
And just in case anyone is wondering, we have played one round here on no, not Bazaar. What am I talking about?
Quarantine.
On Quarantine.
Bizarre's banned.
That's right. Uh, yeah, and Phoenix was able to take the round. So it's 1v0 right now. In the first map, Phoenix do have the advantage. We are in the middle of a timeout, though. If you're just joining, there was an issue with one of the players on the Phoenix side, so they had called a timeout. That should be rounding up here pretty shortly. They also pulled in a new member from their roster to fill in, so I'm not sure if he's just there as a placeholder or if they're now just into planning stages. But hopefully we'll be able to get you back into the action here soon. But meanwhile, you can just sit here and listen to me and NightFiree talk about ourselves and stuff that we like.
Oh gosh, play some music. My voice doesn't have that capacity. Casting too much Onward these days.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's going to be round number 2 of map number 1 here on Quarantine. Today's matchup is Blaze versus Phoenix, so it's a hot one for sure.
We have already had one round go down. Phoenix took it pretty strong. Blaze with a nice attempted push in, not quite working out for him. Now they're going on the defense with some interesting offensive smokes, ultimately well placed. And they're in their positions, but it was another fast spawn for Phoenix, and Swigukin quickly finds Nauko.
Sorry about that jerk in the camera, ladies and gentlemen. I sneezed and did not take my hand off the mouse.
Oh! Bird's getting picked up, and trades happening left and right. We're into a 3v3 here so quick. There's reses available, but I don't think Phoenix are going to be going for that rusher's pick.
Yeah, it seems like it might be a little foolish. Verds definitely has eyes on that area, and oh no, why? Why, Verds? Why did you not stop? Keep peeking that angle. You would have had it easily. Now Gibbs going to come around. He's going to get the revive on rushers. And it's going to go back to a 4v3 with Blaze on the lower receiving end.
Swigukin over here pushing forward, picking up this rifle. Cryocell peeking around with the nade. Squig trying to back up. He can't get away in time, and that's a instant kill? No, Squig's down.
Oh, downed him.
In info.
Yep. And Verds and Gibbs were staring each other down just a moment ago, actually. Oh, and Verds catches rushers on the cross, but he's not able to tag him. Gibbs peeks out. He hears the shots. Now he's trying to get the refrag on Verds. And Rusher's going to get Swigukin up, and this is not going to be good for Cryocell.
What is Squig doing? He's still trying to come out here and get this gun.
Well, I was going to say, there's no way that Cryocell's going to get this pick. And Swigukin takes him down. Meanwhile, in the
middle, yeah. Verds is trying to push up on this silenced Malno, who's prone in the trade right in the center. Who's the last one alive? He's way south. It's all up to Batman.
Oh, and it's not looking good. Phoenix is rotating their man. Gibbs coming out.
Yeah, Batman wisely crashes towards objective. He's aware he's the last one alive, and he has to be close and hold this to make sure nobody's going to get any caps.
Yeah, he definitely needs to do that. He's going to need to watch. Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought he might throw a good nade there towards Gibbs, but Squig finds the pick as he pushes up.
That was a great nade. I'm pretty sure that would have killed down Gibbs.
No, it went too far. It did go off. It just went a bit too far. So it was a good attempted toss. He didn't cook it quite long enough. That was the trouble there. But a nice attempt, and ultimately Phoenix grabbing the Marsoc round there.
Yeah, that's not good for Blaze. Blaze is going to really have to do something here on these next 2 rounds to not only even it up, but to also get rid of the fact that Phoenix has gotten their needed Marsoc win. And now they can just go back to sitting on their heels as defense and run out the map. Looking at the scores, though, things pretty even on the Phoenix side. Squig leading the kills with 4. Then you've got Gibbs and Rushers both with 2. Malcriado and Malno both with 1 apiece. And on Blaze side, Noman's got nothing. Cryo with 1, Naoko with nothing, Batman 1, and Verds 2 as well. But as we all know, here in the Onward Master League, it doesn't matter what your KD is. As long as you're getting those round wins, you're getting those caps, you're getting those map wins. That's all that matters in our books, ladies and gentlemen. You could be the lowest fragging person on the team, but if you're getting ish done when it comes to the uplink, you're an MVP in my book.
Yeah, well, I would argue sometimes those scores can swing, and it's interesting to see an 0-3 player coming out of around 4-3 and getting their team a win. You know, it can happen at the blink of an eye, where any player can really sort of shine in Onward. It's that quick time to kill and the fast action that just lends itself to that sort of possibility.
Absolutely, and with that, we enter round number 3 on map 1. On Quarantine, we've got the North White Tractor Trailer 18-wheeler, North Red Roofs, whatever you like to call the objective. We've got it, and Phoenix is defending it. Wigukin taking some shots at the Blaze team as they push west, and he's going to call out that 4 of them went west, and that's going to be good intel because he's right, 4 of them did go west.
Yeah, the Blaze team's aware of that. They they communicated that they had been identified, so they're going in a little bit more cautiously. And they are still going to try and approach this this west lane here. Interestingly enough, they haven't really shifted any extra defense over to this side here. They can pick off Gibbs. It's going to be a relatively weak hold. Relatively weak hold. There we go.
Going to be a week old?
No.
It's punny, come on. You liked it.
There's Gibbs getting his shots off. And they do know he's there, so a little suppressive fire and a push does a lot of work. That hole in that store at bottom floor right there is just so dirty. It's like you're barely peeking anything. You have all the cover in the world. They're not sure if you're on the second story.
Or near the column on the first story outside. Yeah, there's definitely a good advantage to that spot, but it's also a pretty well-known spot that I think a lot of the top-tier players will be trying to frag and just kind of, pre-fire. Naoko, he's got, who is that, Squigookin looking right at him from the rooftop, but it's not going to matter as long as he keeps that shield up.
Yeah, and now the suppressive fire is coming out. Blaze is going to try and advance onto him. Gibbs communicating effectively to his team that they're trying to push up here. That veteran communication coming in.
What?
We'll see if... I know that was an insane shot from Nako. Squig finding Batman and Verge as they try and come out. I'm surprised Nako didn't ID that and tell him not to push. Maybe overconfident on that pick.
Well, it looks like Gibbs managed to pick up Verds as he pushed, and then Squigookin got the first one, but Naoko... Cryocell going to be able to get Verds up, thankfully. Naoko, though, such an amazing shot with that pistol from range. Gibbs going to pick up Verds again with a nice headshot, but he's under suppressive fire now from Cryocell as Naoko pushes in. That's going to be bad news bears for Gibbs because he's going to have to deal with Naoko, who's rather quite skilled with that shield, as we just saw with that 50-meter pistol shot that he just took on Mano.
Man, this rooftop spot is just dominating here. Squig is finding all of these players trying to cross out. You can see they tried to push up onto the plane wing and get him, and that didn't work out. And he's really holding his own over here.
Yeah, the roof's a strong spot when the enemy team pushes west. I mean, it's got good angles on so many different... Oh, and Gibbs is going to run out to try and run around Naoko, but it's not going to work because Cryocell's got his back. And Naoko's free and clear now to move up into the Northwest 5 story.
Really nice frag. I'm worried about the potential team kill. I wonder if Cryo's going to be prepared for that. I think he's probably just stalling here, wondering if he should cross. He may be able to catch Squig if he sees the top of the head, and he's going to go for it. He makes it. He's going to rendezvous. There's going to be a duo push here in this 2v3.
Not sure. If I were Naoko, I feel like I might have maybe picked up Gibbs's weapon there from the building just to have something with a little bit more range if I want to drop that shield and really engage. But he's going to decide to stick with the pistol, and I give him props for that. But with that night vision and that laser sight he's got on it, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, even at range. I mean, that laser sight is primo.
He's going to have to watch out for the nades and Squigoosin's rooftop position.
Yeah, if Squig had pushed at that exact moment where he turned to deflect a nade, he could have actually gotten Naoko. Well, here he comes, and he got him. He's got him with the headshot. Cryocell should be ready for the refrag, and he does. He takes down Squigookin, and then Rushers picks up Cryocell, and Phoenix take round number 3.
Refrags has been the theme for me this week and a little bit of last week. It's just something I'm really seeing happening more and more of. Teams are really trying to hold all the angles and be able to answer back if one of their teammates goes down. You started to see kind of more 4 or 5 man pushes where everybody's holding different angles and advancing forward. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like we saw there, you can have your whole team get caught off by one player.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look at Squig's scoreline. He's 7-2, and we've only played 3 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that. I think that the refrag positioning is probably some of the most important lessons that can be learned by teams as they start to move into the very top of the ladder. Because I feel like the teams that are at the top do that very well. When they're attacking, they're always in a position to get a good refrag almost instantly on whoever it is on their team that goes down. You see it a lot with Global Chem. I actually remember a long time ago, back even when may have still been on the Great Apes. I remember talking to Otto about it, and he's like, "Well, we always try and if we get tagged down by someone, we try and call it in and let somebody else who's not really under fire at the moment take that guy out, and then that takes the pressure off of you. You don't peak. There's always multiple benefits to it, but just being able to get that refrag itself is so important because you can keep those numbers even as things start to dwindle down.
Blaze is so close too. They are looking very coordinated. They're really trying to move together as a team. That push was just on the cusp of working out. I just don't think they had their smoke nades placed effectively. They tossed the smokes out, but ultimately it wasn't denying vision from rooftop enough. And it's just the little tiny things sometimes that get you caught out and can shut down a push.
Yeah, that is definitely correct. And we're going to see a mirrored spawn on a mirrored objective. Phoenix going to get the south spawn that Blaze had to work with this time, but they're not going to run the same strategy.
Oh, maybe they are. Sending 4 instead of 5 at the very least. And no, they're not going to cross. They're going to go more of a center-focused push.
Yeah. Which is probably smarter because it does take longer for the defenders to be able to get up to the rooftop, so they can use that angle and get, kind of shots and sights on it from early on in the round. Malno better pick up that pistol or he's going to be in trouble, but he does.
Yeah, I mean, this entire push was completely denied by line of sight, and they knew that, so they just confidently sprinting forward here. Verds does find Squigookin getting a little overconfident as he gets picked off, and Cryo maybe trying to frag Malcriado, but not quite far enough.
Yeah, it was a good frag. Had a nice line on it, but unfortunately not enough butt behind it to get it there.
Malno is going to try the plane wing next.
I don't know if that's such a smart idea. Well, he's got the shield, so it may be something more doable, but Cryocell's going to be looking. I'm pretty sure Cryocell's already seen this. Maybe not, just looking at the angle that he's in. Birds does hear it, though. Birds does see it, though. He's called it out. I heard it in local voice off of Cryocell. I think Cryocell sees rushers down at the corner of Roof Courtyard. I think that's who he's firing on.
Yeah, the callouts are good, though. Phoenix communicating effectively. Malno trying to encourage the squad to rotate around to the other side. Cryo picking out rushers, and Blaze trying to get themselves on the board here. This is the map. This is the round to do it on.
Yeah, they've got to. It is do or die here. If they do not, they are going to be 4-0'd, wiped clean on map number 1, and that is not a good way to start your series. So I'm hoping that they're able to at least pull out 1 or 2 points.
I am too, and I think they will be able to if they just hold their angles here. Maybe catch out Gibbs. He's a real threat if he keeps pushing forward. Rooftop from Malcriado.
And he gets Verds. Or no, I'm sorry, that was different. Batman's going to pick up Malcriado, though, and stop that quick push, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Wow, he got a little ahead of himself, kind of charging in front of his squad, going up on the hill and then down the hill. That's a really aggressive move there, trying to maybe do it all by himself, and could be the downfall of what could have been a Phoenix comeback and map win, but I don't know. It's going to be tougher now with the 3v2.
Yeah, waiting on the team for that support would have definitely been what Malcriado should have done. It's definitely not advisable to charge down the hill on this objective. I don't care how many defenders are left. Even with 1, that hill is just so exposed. It's going to be so hard to get down without being shot or at least noticed. So, I mean, he had a good run going for him, but you need the support of your team, especially when you're going in for the caps. It's not a Lone Ranger game.
I'm not. This is the right move here. They're duoing up. Gibbs overwatching for Malno. He's going to try and catch out anybody that takes shots at the shield.
I mean, if they stay quiet enough,
What the
Mauno's
heck?
already on the objective. All Gibbs needs to do is pull out his tablet and crawl up to Mauno, let Mauno cover him with the LMG. Okay, well, never mind then. Just screw all that up and screw your stealth, Gibbs. No need to sneak in or anything. Now you're dead, and Mano's in trouble.
Yeah, as soon as he started to go, that was an interesting play. You're totally right. They had the potential to sneak in there underneath the entire defense, the three members all looking different angles, and cap, but they went loud instead. It's it's one of those hard judgment calls. They don't see what we see, and
Right. Absolutely.
To go in and cap there, it takes a lot of guts.
And that is probably one of the most difficult objectives on this map to cap, just simply because of the fact that it is so out in the open. There are a few spots, obviously, where you can get hidden, but with the number of defenders and the angles that they had, there wasn't really going to be any great spot for them to be able to do that cap from. So their best bet, I think, was stealth, but I don't think they really knew maybe how many defenders were left. There's got to be some other contributing factors as to why Gibbs thought going loud was going to be the best course of action at that point. So
if they even had the right kill count, they still thought there was 3 alive. To think that you can cap there, yeah, like I wouldn't think I would be as safe on a cap with 3 alive as I'm sitting there by objective, but
yeah, no, yeah.
Either way, Blaze on the board now, going into their own offensive round, and they're going to be attacking.
Glass.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to take.
Yeah, it is. It's not going to be easy, and of course, this is going to be Blaze's last opportunity, and I think I missed a round intro there. I did. I love you all. It's round 5 of map 1, and this is do or die again. Every point from here on out for Blaze is going to be do or die on this map. They have to win every round to keep Phoenix from winning the map. So it is going to be a tough one, but Blaze is going to be the team, if any, of the newcomers that can do it. And here they go as they start their push from the northwestern spawn towards the Marsoc 1 building, aka Far East, aka lots of different names.
Owen and Batman crossing the street, utilizing the smokes to their own advantage. And those smokes were really weak. They're lucky that nobody was looking for any picks there and that they got across with that.
Yeah, that was not such great smoke work from Phoenix. It did get them the job done, but that's mostly, I think, because of the timing with the Marsoc Northwest spawn. I don't really think that has anything to do with, players necessarily. Like, they didn't wait or anything, you know what I mean? It's just the timing of the spawn versus where the Volk spawns. And, yeah, even with the lesser than great quality smoke coverage, they were able to get their man across, which is ultimately their goal anyway, so.
Look at this position out of rushers. He did get across, and he's up into that 3rd level. He's just kind of peeking his eyes out there around that pillar. This is such a hard spot to identify. You have to be completely aware of it as a possibility and looking for it and scanning for it before you move if you want to find him here.
And he's lying out with sideways so that he's not showing a whole lot of his body player model. But he's got a pretty almost direct sight line to the top of that plane wing, so Noman and Batman better be careful down there in the south, because rushers could end their day here at almost any time. And he's definitely got eyes on all of that open ground, just south of the plane wing. Oh, he does see Noman on the push as he tries to get off of the plane wing. That's all right. Batman going to be coming in clutch. He knows right where rushers should be, and he's putting shots right to it.
The tough part is actually landing the shots now, because he has a really good little assortment of different pieces of cover. He's got all these little bars. He's got this pillar here. He has the clear line of shot out. They don't have the clear line in, so it's going to be a tough shot to land.
Ooh.
Knee.
Why don't you say that it's going to be harder for them to shoot him again?
It's going to be real hard to hit him here up in the top.
Meanwhile, Naoko with his sniper rifle able to take down Skugukin in the North Hotel.
12 times bolt action silencer.
That's becoming more and more popular since the most recent 1.4 update, allowing you to grab multiple attachments. And of course, having that extra point is always a benefit too. So thank you to the devs for that beautiful, glorious loadout point. Now Cryocell finds one on the objective building, I believe. Blaze is shaping up for a good attack run here. As long as they can take down these members here in the courtyard, Cryocell, you're going to need to move your gun, bud. You're not getting any hits off that shot.
Yikes, Rushers is really getting swarmed here. They have the suppressive fire from the south, so he can't really maneuver his body around there. And now he's starting to get pushed from middle courtyard. As the fire starts to come in, he has to land these shots or he's going to go down. Now he's also worried from 2 different angles. He's really pinched.
Mano's going to go leave his position up on the high bridge. And now pick up Gibbs. It's going to be 4v5 again, which is good for Phoenix. Not so great for Blaze, who I think if they could have just kept pressing that attack, they might have been able to override Phoenix and get the point here. But maybe they're going for a cap here. I think that's their ultimate. Maybe they're wanting to get 2.
Ooh.
Down.
Noman finally finishing off Rushers from the south. And yeah, they're looking good. The smokes here, if they can get up and get into the position to toss utility, it's going to be hard to cap on considering the defensive positions. I don't know if Phoenix will let it happen, but possibilities.
Good point. Noman's going to have to be very careful here as he runs out. Malcriado sees him, but he's not able to get him. Oh my goodness, Noman takes him down. Batman also lending a hand there, but then Mano takes down Batman. It is now 2v4. And the drone has come out from Blaze. They're going to utilize it to try and get the exact position of the defenders so that if they do attempt this cap, they're going to know exactly where to avoid in order to go for it. Well, Noman picks up 1.
Maldo's not in a really great spot. Noman.
Going to see the cross, though.
Yeah, he did. He caught out. Huge pick. Gets shot on the rotation, though. Blaze put themselves on the board again. They're running their comeback here.
Woo! It's been a close one. My, oh my. Blaze choosing the last minute here, the midnight hour, the 11th hour here to come on their comeback. On a 3-0, they've now come back 2 points. And it's just, it's time. Like, make or break, Blaze. You got to win this next one, and then it's a Marsoc round to map 1 victory. What are you going to do? But I will say that I am very happy at our cute little Noman caster who's doing a fantastic job today. A couple of great shots coming out in that last round. Doing us casters proud.
I'd like him to die less. Jeez. He's representing us. He has to die less.
Oh, yeah. You could die less, but you're killing appropriately.
2-0 KD, you're off the casting team. That's how it works.
Hey, well, my only time ever doing that was probably on quarantine against SMC. That was the only time I've ever had a KD that high, I think. At least in a league match. Maybe in a comp lobby, but not a league match.
Yeah, it's so hard to not get picked off. Like we were talking earlier, the refrags are so common, so you may find 1, but the odds of you getting 2 are very slim. I don't know. Phoenix, they were looking so good at the start of the series. Coming out so strong, really shutting down the Blaze offense and going in on their own offense, looking good. And now, I don't know, I think Blaze could really ride the momentum here. They grab themselves 2 dominating rounds. They can hold here. Like we said, it is a defensible objective.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you could always do what the Great Apes did as a joke one season and just stack 5 men in the objective building and wait for SMC to come. It worked for us back in the old day.
Wonder if those smokes are going to work for Blaze. I'm not sure. A lot of gaps. Batman somehow gets across.
I think he got lucky. The one that had already been thrown that was kind of flopped as it trailed across the street. The trail, I know, I saw that. And Alco getting a nice pick on Malcriado with that silenced SV98. But anyways, I think the trail from the already burning smoke covered the street in a perfect line just to give that coverage. But yeah, it was very weak as well. Kind of just like Phoenix in that last round.
Right. But that's why you want to full smoke and effectively smoke that street, because that spawn can be devastating to the cross. my goodness,
One down
Noman.
rooftop.
He heard you say he needs a 2-0 KD, and so he's trying to do that for you now.
He is. He's getting aggressive here. Might be trying to orchestrate himself a flank. If he can catch and pick off the rooftop member here, he'll be bearing down on 2 members of Phoenix, completely exposed in the middle of the street almost.
Even if he can get this rooftop guy and just take the rooftop, that's going to be a huge advantage to his team as they try and defend this kind of a very open eastern objective. So either way, as long as he's able to take down that roof guy, he's setting his team up for some 6-round success.
Wonder if he has any utility available to him. We'll see any airbursts coming out here or not. Squig's a very good shot. It's going to be hard to sort of peek up there and win one on him.
I'm not seeing anything on Noman's chest. Maybe he's utilized it all, or maybe he'll pull some off a dead enemy or something, but
I do see one frag.
Oh. Yep, fair enough. There is a frag. It was on the other side of his body when I checked earlier. There it is. So yeah, I mean, a nice frag on that rooftop, actually. Oh, wait, he might hear Squig.
More.
Batman gonna pick up another kill for...
Find 2 with a trade with rushers. Now it's all up to this rooftop. Will Noman be able to deny Phoenix another round? Man, this could be a heck of a comeback from Blaze. Noman's not really looking here towards Squig. They're both looking at the same direction.
What are you guys, brothers? You mirrored... Oh, Squig's got to be here in the footsteps. Maybe not, though. Oh, he does. He does. He's coming back around. He hears him. He sees him. Squig takes down Noman, and it's 1v3 now as Squig has 3 minutes 13 left on the clock to do something with this attack round. I mean, Squig puts up numbers, so it wouldn't be unlike him to win this round by killing. There's no way he's going to get in here and get this round by capping, though. Not a chance.
That's why Noman did have his work cut out for him if he wanted to take that roof. The nade was his best option, but 240. Squig will have to start moving because it does take a little bit of work and some slow maneuvering through these little divots in the land to get close to objective.
Yeah, it does. Especially on this northern side, there's a lot less building clutter and things like that. And also just the obstacles out in the middle of the, you see like the tanks and the APC there. There's a lot less of those items as well, cover items to be able to move between as you move towards the objective also. So.
The comeback kids right now.
That they are, the comeback kids. Trying to show Phoenix who's the new kid on the block. So far, doing a really good job of it. Well, they've shown the league in general that they're the new kids on the block that you got to worry about. And Phoenix just trying to build on that reputation, kind of build and power up. They're trying to go Super Saiyan top tier. So far this season, it's working well for them. I mean, they're definitely improving. Seen a lot of improvement in their game just watching the various casts throughout the weeks over the season. But, like every team, there's still small, minute points that need to be worked out and things that will eventually help them in securing more wins.
Minute 24, Squig just checked his clock and realized that he's starting to get crunched for time, and he's making his move now. I don't know if it was soon enough. He's going to... Like you said, he's going to probably have to frag out here. He's going to have to pick that Naoko off inside the hotel, which is going to be a real doozy first. And then from there, he's got his work cut out in the center, so we'll see what he can muster.
Yeah, and Cryocell's not going to make it easy. His position is, it's pretty well tucked away. He's not going to see it until it's too late, and he runs by. Squig does a smart move there, checking that down plane engine encasement, but nobody's going to be in there. Pretty typical for this objective for nobody to really be there, but making his move. He's only got 40 seconds left. I'm going to pretty much say that this one's down and over, and Blaze is going to take their 3rd point here, but you never know. Weirder things have happened. Here comes the push now. Squigukin on the move. He's picked up his speed. He hears the smoke.
Uh-oh.
Goes for a...
I was going to say, how is he not getting shot there yet? Burns finally hits him. Wow, we're tied up 3-3.
The doozer. Wow, though, Squigookin going 8 and 5 on this map so far. He's having a great game. Actually, so is Rushers and Gibbs as well. Both of them with 4 also. Meanwhile, on Blaze, you got 3 members sitting at 5. Noman, Cryocell, and Verds. Batman at 4, and Alco at 3. So Blaze really doing their job of sharing the weight. So then again, so is Phoenix. I mean, they're all pretty well spread as well, with only Squigookin really kind of shooting out there to the front side of the pack. In terms of number of kills, but that doesn't necessarily matter, like we talked about before.
Now we really get to see what Blaze is capable of, if they can really finalize this comeback here, because they're going to be going into the Mars Soccer round, and it's going to be on that center. Well, actually, relatively capable north center objective. I don't know. This could be a tough one for Phoenix to hold out on.
Yeah, well, have you actually checked the map to see where the next objective is just yet?
Yeah.
It's a doozy.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for them to hold.
Here we go.
Comeback could be real.
Comeback could be real. Here we go. There's no more rounds left, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Map number 1. It's round 7. Blaze and Phoenix both tied 3-3, and Blaze is on the attack. Let's see if the comeback kids can show Phoenix that they're here to play.
Everybody's on fire.
Everyone's on fire. Everything is on fire, but it's fine. That's how it's supposed to be. D4 placement going to come out from Gibbs, but it's kind of wide out in the open. I really don't see anybody falling for that one, but, you never know. You never know.
Oh my gosh, Rusher's on the roof. Birds picks him off, and Rusher's maybe getting a little too aggressive. I'm not sure
Yeah.
he wanted that rooftop command, but...
No. That was funny. Out of the corner of my eyes, I was turning the camera to the shots. I see Rushers just like booking over the hill right towards Noco and Birds. He takes a few shots and then he just turns around, complete 180, and just starts booking for cover. And that's when Birds shoots him in the back. But oh man, that's pretty comical.
That's dangerous now because you got Nauko with a rifle on his back. He has a little bit more firepower with the shield.
Yeah, they have got secured control of the roof, so there's really no stopping them once they get guys in position to push this attack. I mean, Noman could actually push up. Well, with the exception of Malcriado sitting in that plane engine, Noman can almost walk right up to the objective on the outside and get the cap. But Malcriado will be able to put a stop to that.
Nade coming in.
Ooh,
Not far enough.
A good nade overall, though, well placed on the objective itself, but because of Gibbs' kind of unorthodox position behind the objective, it's not going to cause any sort of issue. Smoke is out, and that's another. It's a beautiful smoke. It bounces around the corner and into Leroy's face, but he's going to throw it back.
Into Leroy's hands, tossing it back into their face. And it's interesting, dude. Sometimes these smokes, if you're too on point, they just get instantly relocated.
That's true. Yeah, I know when I get smoked in game, I usually and Noman's about to get taken. Oh nope. Yep. Malcriado gets the frag on Noman and he goes down.
They're inside this courtyard objective area. If Cryo can pick off Leroy,
he's not gonna get it though. He's not looking the right way. No, my goodness. Verds though, he goes tab out right now. He's good to go. Malcriado's gonna see it though. He's gonna pull the no. It's going down. Oh man.
All up into Batman, who's peeking around looking for Malcriado at the turbine.
He gets Gibbs. Malcriado's gonna see Batman. No, he's not. Batman actually made it. How did that happen? All right, now it's Noman and Batman, the only 2 members alive on Blaze. It's the comeback round. They're facing off against 2 members of Phoenix. Noman gets 1. Will Batman see Mal? No, he's not. He's going to get taken down, but Noman hears it, so he's going to pop up. Oh, God, don't run into the street sign when I need it most.
He was running. He knows he's here on the corner. Malcriado's looking. They peek the trade. It goes to Blaze. The comeback happens.
Wow, what an amazing first round. That was fantastic play from both teams. But as we've said, the comeback kids gonna take it down, and they are gonna take the first map 4-2-3. What?
That's a heck of a, I mean, you can't get any down to the wire than a last man-on-man trade.
Of course not. I mean, how would you get any closer than that? Ooh, doggy. And so as we wait for the next map, we will go ahead and just refresh everybody in case you're just tuning in. The map bans are as labeled. Bazaar is one ban. That was, I believe, from Blaze. And then Tanker was banned by Phoenix. So map number 1 was Quarantine, which we obviously just saw. And then map number 2.
What we get? What we got? Bazaar?
No, Bazaar's banned, remember?
Do you remember?
You remember? I remember.
I don't remember.
Remember.
What are we getting? Suburbia? Cargo?
As we wait, let's transition back into that war room.
Oh, baby. It's going to be non-stop action. We're not stopping it. The action was intense, and we're not stopping it.
That's it. And it looks like for map number 2, we're going to see Suburbia.
Oh, boy.
So while we get things set up on our end, we're going to give you folks at home a little taste of what Suburbia has to offer. Right. Little fun fact, Suburbia, one of the oldest, not the oldest, but one of the oldest maps here in Onward. I think just about everyone who has played this game has played this particular map probably 100,000 times in their careers, if you will. Well,
here's something to think about. You know, Phoenix may be a little bit more vetted in on this map than Blaze, considering how old each team is. Granted, you know, that doesn't dictate how old the players are. But, you know, if you're going to go off of team age here, Phoenix is the squad that really, they would have had the most experience off of this map. And it'll be interesting to see if Blaze can come in with that fresh mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't disagree with that at all. And also to note, Phoenix pretty strong on this map. I feel like they've given some like top ranked teams some real trouble on this map before.
Phoenix has been given a lot of top ranked teams some real trouble on a couple of different maps. They're really a team that can perform explosively. I think we sort of saw that strong performance and then the start of that first round on Quarantine. But Blaze, yeah, they might be able to ride momentum here and potentially, you know, swing things their way. Grab the series. I don't know. That was such a wild end. I'm not sure what to expect or who's really riding momentum going into this next round.
Yeah, I think it's still anybody's game, honestly. I mean, we saw them just trading out blows there on the last map. Well, I guess not trading them out because Phoenix went 3-0 before Blaze even started to answer with their own. So they weren't really trading blows necessarily, but the comeback kids come through, and I think we're going to be seeing this type of action all the way through to the end of the game. But, you know, who knows? Maybe Blaze has an answer for Phoenix's Suburbia. You know, just never know. I mean, just the few bits and times that I've talked to Noman or Not Ready or some of the guys from Blaze, they seem like they do their homework. I mean, just from some of the things that they've said kind of in context. It just makes me think like Blaze definitely the team who is researching their enemy, and it shows. I mean, they're able to put up a good fight against so many different variety of teams. It's just impressive for such a new team.
Curious to see if we're getting any subs here. Both from Phoenix, at least. Blaze's squad, Verge, Noman, Bam and Cryo, and Nauko. They're still running their 5.
Maybe one day. It's alright though. I mean, honestly, earlier I had the issue as well where teams, were disabling the auto starts. So I'm kind of used to not having the 2-minute or the 1 minute 30 that's supposed to be between maps or between rounds. I mean, obviously between maps, it's a little bit different. We do give the teams a little bit more time. Obviously, you've got to get kind of orchestrated and set up as to where you're going to be, where you want to go, such and such, and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it doesn't matter because the counter's gone off. We're counting down, and it is round number 1 of map number 2. Thank you again for those of you joining us here on Onward Master League 1. We know there is another game currently going on Onward Master League 2 with our good friend and pal Buxton. But we're glad you're tuning in here with us for the fiery fiesta of Inferno that is Blaze and Phoenix. I'm going to use so many fire jokes today, NightFiree. I hope you're ready.
I'm ignoring you. Smoke's out early. What's the purpose is the question, because if you're throwing an early smoke, you're going to want to move on it. Only lasts 15 seconds.
I think maybe it's just a distractory smoke, because I don't really see anyone pushing in that way. Yeah, it could be to help cover the footsteps of the Blaze members so that Squigookin can't hear them as easily, because they'll have the smoke noises going off kind of right in his ear, but I don't think that was it either, because nobody's really done anything with it.
It's faded off. They know Verge is in here. Somehow Verge is trying to draw attention and not aiming, not even looking over where Squig's doing. Squig, what is happening right now? There's like a fight going on in the 2-story, and Squig is unaware of it.
My question is, why doesn't Squig do anything? He's been in here forever now. Has Phoenix not called? I mean, did Phoenix never call in Verge's position? Because, I mean, he was up there for a while, and if Squig had that information, I'm pretty sure he would have went in there a lot earlier. Zach Fontaine gonna...
2 shields.
Oh, yeah, they are. Verge had one, and Naoko's got one, huh?
Coming in here is going to be right up in Squig's face, who's tucked himself into a corner. Oh, the silenced pistol shot.
That silenced pistol with the laser, man, if you've got night vision on, that's going to be the death of any defenders. But unfortunately, it's going to end up being just Naoko and Cryocell by themselves now, because the rest of their team has been annihilated by Phoenix's defense.
Phoenix also on the back foot. It is the 2v3.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to have Cryo go into that middle hotel and grab that other shield and have these guys shield bro their way up into towards objective.
Could you imagine like a Phalanx type push from Cryo and Naoko with some shields? That would be some amazing stuff right there. Check in on Cryocell, see what he's up to. He knows his teammate just died from somewhere over here, so I'm pretty sure he knows. Yeah, he sees the body at the porch. He's gonna put some bullets in it.
Cryo's eyes dialed in over here to Malcriado, tucked into the corner. Will he stay there long enough? He will.
Ooh, nice shots out from Cryocell and a good pickup.
Into a 2v2 with plenty of time on the clock. Naoko's got his shield out as well, so that's going to be a tough thing to deal with in a 2v2.
Oh, and Cryo's gonna pick. Yeah, this is a good attack run. There's a nice frag there from Naoko, but Oh no, the first one was a smoke, the second was a frag. If the first one had been a frag, though, talk about some skill. Either way, now
Rushers just got tagged.
it wouldn't surprise me, but Rusher's able to take down Cryocell now, so it's going to be a 1v1, and Naoko may come into the disadvantage here. Depending on how he works the shield, is he going to see it? No, Rusher's going to have the surprise. And Phoenix going to start off the way we did last round. Take that first round victory. We'll see if that shuts Blaze down.
Wow. Good start for them. Everybody seems to be operating smoothly there, although it did come down to the wire. It's interesting how he utilized that shield. I felt like he had more time, and he could have sort of just sat back on the other side of the cement, stood standing, and really just had all of the advantages in the world looking through that shield to dial in on and win Blaze that round. But I mean, that's some next level strats, and that's only, you know, something that you can kind of say after you're looking at it from a third person.
Yeah. I mean, it's always one thing. It's like whatever we say about players and about teams, if we say whatever they did was stupid or you know, not advisable, or however we politically correctly sugarcoat it for them, it's not because we don't like these people or these teams. Honestly, we're just being honest. We're giving you our analytical opinion of what we see from how we see it, which obviously is not the same as how the players see it, and that's something that we have to kind of try to remember as well, is that our criticisms have to be taken with a bit of a grain of salt, because obviously the player doesn't get the bird's eye view, the bird's eye view, Blaze, the bird's eye view of what's going on the playing field. So, you know, we can't fault them for that. Moments made in the decision, the fog of war stuff, that's all permissible. You know, just take what we say with a grain of salt, utilize it, try and you know, make that help you improve, because that's another reason why we do this. I mean, I think all the teams appreciate having their stuff on film so that they can go back and say, okay, well, this part went great, and then we got to this section and things really just broke up. We need to figure out what we need to do better in that situation. So I think there are good things that come from it, but again, reminder, we have no disdain or dislike for any of these people. We just want to tell them what we think they did wrong using our eyes in the sky.
Diving into our second round. Blaze on the defense now.
Yeah, that was
trying to answer back.
That was a smoke. I was about to call some shenanigans.
No, nothing out of the ordinary here. Noman, the standard peek around the corner too, finds Gibbs. It's interesting to see such normal spots still work. I mean,
yeah, you would really think that half of these spots would no longer be a viable position just because they've been used for 6 seasons now in Onward Master League. But I mean, it's like, what else are you gonna do? You know, I mean, you could change things up, but only so much. I mean, you can't. Some of the sight lines that some of these positions give are just absolutely unachievable through other positions. And I believe we just had another member of.
Ooh, baby, a nice frag. Catching out Zach.
How'd the other member of Phoenix go down? I've only counted 3 actually die. The 4th one just disappeared.
He's still on. He's still in the lobby, so I don't think there's any DC issues. Squig getting dangerously close to Naoko. Oh! Wow. That was a savvy little peek through the crack there.
Ooh, and that was a savvy little blind fire that almost cut Squigookin out by Verds. Up on that second floor.
Yeah, he's thoroughly spreading it here. Cryo might be trying to find an angle from that 2-story window. Silence and patience for Squig here. He's in a 1v4. He's really got to assess what his options are.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he's got plenty of time, and it's such a small map. He doesn't have to really think too much about the time factor as much as he did on Quarantine, but... Oh, and Krauso's going to drop a frag on himself, and he dies.
What?
Oh,
He had a frag of his own.
nice. The martyrdom frag wins again. Blaze take their first point in the map.
That's one way of doing it.
Oh man, there have been some Benny Hill type plays over the course of this week, and it has been glorious.
Wow, that's very frustrating to say the least if you're on the receiving end of that loss.
Squigookin, I'm glad we couldn't follow the audio on Squigookin there at the end of the round because
That would not have been family friendly to say the least.
to say the least. Oh.
Oof. We're still into it, man. This series is still so close. Tied up 1-1 in Suburbia. 4-3 on Quarantine, although I thought it was going to be a dominating Phoenix performance. I think we're just going to have our back and forths here on this Suburbia map.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see any reason why we can't. I mean, it seems like that's all we're going to get tonight is just back and forths, which is fine by me. I mean, you know, that's the kind of games we come here to bring the folks at home, so that is exactly what we want to happen.
Oh boy. Third round. How are the teams going to play it out? Are they going to ease up on the aggressive nature? No, they're not. They're going to double shield it again.
I was going to say, I doubt it. I mean, both of these teams, well, especially Blaze. Blaze kind of runs that SMC Danglers kind of very aggressive style. And I think, actually, that's a pretty effective style. I mean, it seems to work against a lot of teams. I mean, obviously, teams like Globo and Beginners are pretty good at shutting it down, but, I mean, it works pretty well. And Blaze definitely noticing that and utilizing that speed for their advantage.
Look at this, the aggressive moves from Namco. He's already moved himself over here, and I think he has an idea that Malcriado's in. You can see the laser sight dialed into that wood, that cement little piece there, and Malcriado's trained, but I don't know. I think Naoko's going to pick him off.
Yeah, Naoko already getting the shots in before Malcriado could even see him push around the barrier. And, oh!
Really the clutch answer back from Squig. They needed that. If he didn't pick that off, there could have been some havoc getting wreaked in from that side.
Wow, that was just, I mean, that was just right place, right time from Squigookin there, though. I mean,
he does it again. He's just found another really tight angle onto a stairwell's approacher, and there's only one member left now of Blaze, and a 1v3. Verd's, his best option is to rotate around and get that res.
Yeah, I agree. He should definitely go back and get Cryocell up. He's gonna need the help. It's just not gonna work by himself. I mean, he's gonna have to take out both of those members in the center house before he can push to the tank, or he's gonna have to use lane 4 and try and take out the guy in the center house and push around to the northern side of the tank. So either way, he's got a tough work cut out for him. But yeah, there he goes. He gets the Cryocell up. He does the right thing. And Rusher's getting aggressive now. He's on the first floor. He actually might catch Cryo out. Nope, he's not.
I was going to say, Verd's has lost control now of that bottom story, and I don't think he's going to be expecting that. Rusher's with a nade. It's so good. It's so good. They get the round perfectly placed, air bursting on the roof, getting both of the Blaze members. Phoenix go up 2-1.
I gotta pick my jaw up off the floor. That was a hell of a nade right there. And it picks up 2 to clutch the round. I mean, those are the kind of plays we look for. But man,
such a good feeling if you're on the if you're the player there, because you really don't know where the enemy is. You may have an idea that you're gonna hit a couple or one on that nade toss, and then to get a round ending nade, it's like, oh hey, I just won the round.
Yeah, to hear your frag explode and then just see that overlay come up saying victory. You're like, what? Yeah, it's got to be a great feeling. So good on you to Rushers. Rushers, man, you know, a relatively new player in the league. I mean, I'm sure he's been around for a while. I mean, you don't start playing like this with 10 hours experience, but he's doing a really good job for Phoenix today. Him and Squigookin, I think, probably doing a lot of the work. Not saying they're carrying the team, but they're doing a lot of the work with the frags and the refrags. Both of them picking up quite a few in both maps so far. And then Noman crushing it as well for Blaze. He did it last map. I think he had 8 kills. Now he's at 5, and we're only in the upcoming fourth round. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talent on these two teams, and guys get any better, and we're all gonna have a lot to watch out for at the top of the leaderboards.
Ooh, baby. Round 4. Phoenix now, their turn to attack. What will their strategy be? Is it going to be fast-paced? Pedal to the metal. Oh, it is going to be fast-paced, pedal to the metal. An early pick already.
Yeah, normally you don't see the offensive team pre-firing that lane. Normally it's the other way around, but it worked, and Cryocell is dead as hell. Nice frag coming out from Noman there, but it's not going to be enough, but the second one is.
Those rooftop nades are really devastating into that little courtyard area. Just toss them up onto the roof, you're going to catch one.
I think Noman's looking to catch Zach Fontaine here off this side again, but no dice.
Batman getting a little aggressive in the middle. A nade coming out into carport. Batman out. What's the plan for the res there? It's going to be a tough one to send somebody to get. There's now a 3v5. Nalco's going to need to pull off some sort of wild flank here to really bring him back into this.
Yeah, Noman's going to have to be careful too. He's got 3 members of the Hungry Phoenix sending down upon him, but now it's not going to matter because he'll be waiting in the afterlife, aka the tent, as Phoenix continue to make their push somewhat unopposed here to the end. And now Verd's going down in the back. This is not good for Phoenix, or for Blaze.
The smokes are out. Nalco's here for the res. They have no idea Zach's here. Phoenix could take the map.
Blaze is on it.
Oh, they got it.
Oh my. Wow. I definitely thought he killed him before that code went in. I mean, that was like a full-on second almost before that.
Yeah.
Before that disappeared, but wow. Phoenix answering back to that first map, and we're going into 3 for the decider. Phoenix also being able to take the score right now, 7-5, all because Blaze just unable to put up any more points than that first point that they were able to get. Oh, man. Wow. I mean, really all I can say. I mean, shoot. Nice play by Phoenix there. And we'll go ahead and hop into the board, not the boardroom, the war room.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't get cargo for the 3rd map here.
I am too. I mean, I feel like Blaze should play cargo. They play it so well, but I think Phoenix do as well. And I think Noman and the boys over at Blaze would rather play this map, which is Downfall, for round number 3. So we will be probably seeing some pretty long rounds. However, not necessarily the case. Blaze doesn't care. If they got a quick spawn, they're going to use that quick spawn. And yeah, that's about it.
I think I'm going to have to leave you alone for this final series, though. I have some obligations I'll be dipping out for, unfortunately, but I leave you with quite a series on your hands. Blaze and Phoenix has been nothing but a good, fun watch so far, and I'm very curious to come back and see what the final result is.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, obviously, NightFiree, for joining us this evening, and of course, we'll see you later on in the week, so enjoy your night, bud.
Yep.
While the teams get themselves ready and Mr. NightFiree clears himself out, we'll show you, ladies and gentlemen at home, what Downfall is all about. we won't quite have time for that full video, as the teams are going to go ahead and get started on us. We're going to be seeing a two-story helicopter objective building here for the first of the final map's objectives. We're going to be entering into round 1 on map number 3 now. If you're just joining us, this is the third map. It is the series decider. Blaze took the first one with an amazing comeback, 4-3, being down 3-0 against Phoenix early on. And then Phoenix, with a great cap there at the end of the last map, take map number 2, 4-1. Series score is 7-5, but the series is tied maps 1-1. Got a little bit of downfall action here. Blaze a little out of sync, it seems. There are guys in the east. Nope.
I'll pick you up.
Gibbs able to pick up Batman. Noman.
I'm still up. I'm trying to see where he's at.
Batman, though, this is going to be a hard decision, Noman. I don't know.
Get real low.
You could risk that purty little mouth of yours to pick up Batman, but you're going to do it, and Batman's going to get res. He's going to crawl his way down the hill. Is he going to get picked up again, though? No, he's not. So great move by Noman. Now some shots in from Cryocell, but I'm not really too sure what he's shooting at. I'm not able to see really much of anything, but Naoko able to make use of that M40. He's gotten a pick onto Squigookin, and that's going to be one of the top fraggers for Phoenix down. Now he's just got to take out just a couple more. There is a drone out as well. I can hear it off in the distance. I don't know where it was, but I'm pretty sure Marsoc able to utilize that for some crucial information. Naoko finding another with the M40. Great long-range shooter, and if you look, I mean, you can see the man only uses one hand on the M40 to shoot it. Granted, some would say that needs to be nerfed. Some say that should be fixed. You know, you shouldn't be able to fire a bolt action 338 Lapua or whatever round you happen to be using in that M40 one-handed, because it should break your wrist. You should have to drop it. You know, it should have that similar mechanic that Pavlov has where you can't one-hand bolt actions like that. But I mean, you know what? It still takes an incredible amount of skill to be able to one-hand those rifles and be smooth with it. So, you know, you still got to give the player props for being an excellent shot. And now it's Naoko. He's close. He's closed in on the objective, and if I believe correctly, I think Zach Fontaine is actually inside the building. So Naoko's kind of free and clear here to push up. Or wait, no, he is not. Malcriado is down on the overwatch of the objective. Last shooter was Cryocell. He's pushed up. Here in the middle, Noman's going to pick up Zach Fontaine. That's going to leave Phoenix down with 2.
Room, north helicopter building down.
The communication from Blaze is on point. Noman calling in his kill. Naoko calling in his 2 previous kills.
I had to cross though.
Marsoc just trying to get some eyes on the defense here as they try and push their way in. Their best bet is to distract the man in the crater, push into the back door of the 2-story helicopter. Because as we can see, your only 2 defenders are Gibbs on the right and Malcriado down on the far left. Malcriado's not going to have the time to rotate. If Gibbs can be taken out from the backside and they get underground or in the basement there in that door, it's pretty much over. There's no way Malcriado's getting there unless the offense just cannot get the cap timing right. Now Criado sees Naoko, but Noman's going to grab Gibbs up top. Now they're free and clear to get into the basement. Now Criado's going to grab Krausa, but it's not going to matter. Verd's going to be going in. He's going to be putting in the code anytime. This could be a round 1 cap for map 3. Malcriado's on his way. But it's not going to matter. Blaze are going to win, and they're going to take the first 2 points here on map number 3. Great showing there by Blaze, showing exactly why they picked Downfall. It was a good map, or a good round, and they've already picked up 2. Now all they got to do is defend once and attack once if they can pull something like that off again, or they defend once, let Phoenix get a defensive win, and then they defend one more time, and it takes everything. Take the cake, take the series, take the map, take the world. Things looking good for Blaze here in map number 3 so far. Phoenix, I'm not really sure their opinion on this map. I don't feel that I see Phoenix playing it a lot. At least in the cast that I've seen of their team, or thinking about their individual players. I mean, I'm just not sure. I know Squigookin doesn't mind the map because when he used to play for Mob Squad, they actually did quite well on this map as well. Granted, they had some long-range shooters on that squad, but still, nonetheless. Zach Fontaine also a good shooter and a good long-range shot too, so he might not be so bad here. But the rest of the team, I'm not sure how comfortable they are with it more than anything. I don't think it's necessarily, I think that they're bad at it. I just don't think that they prefer it. But then again, if they didn't, then they would have banned it. So maybe they feared. I want to follow those Marsoc members, but I'm not getting anywhere near that tank. Sucker is so loud. Blaze getting into their more aggressive defensive positions, as we can see here on our overhead map. Not too crazy. I mean, they're all within sight line. They're all working pretty good angles. The only one I'm now concerned with is that one pushing far north, because he's sitting out in the open. But we'll see how that works out later on. Meanwhile, Phoenix continue to push their eastern flank. Going to try and come in from the northeast, which I'm not sure what I think about the northeastern approach here. It's good. It can work. But it really needs some support from the south. It really needs someone taking the eyes off of the northeast, in my opinion. This is all in my opinion, by the way. In order to alleviate some of the pressure, because otherwise it's exactly where they kind of expect you to come from. And I think Blaze is going to see that, and they're going to be able to just kind of roast this 4-man northeast push. Yep, and here comes Noman. He's got his north hotel position. He's in position. He's already fragged one. He's going to have eyes on another one here at any moment. I mean, he has found the counter to the northeastern push, and it's get a little risky, but get some stuff done. And there he goes. Noman takes down rushers as well. And Squig, if Noman doesn't come out soon enough, Noman's going to need to come out quick. Oh, and the res is going to come out from Alcriado. Noman's going to miss the chance of a lifetime to pick up 3. Oh, Noman giving a great calls to his teammates. They are able to zero in exactly on his position. We're going to follow up here. Batman's going to grab rushers from a nice position at the center hotel. Squigookin. Naoko's going to find Malcriado in the East Red Truck building. Batman finds Zach Fontaine. They're pushing the south is dead. Squigookin lands a nice headshot on Noman, ending his reign of terror from the North Hotel. But Now it's just Squigookin and Malcriado, and Malcriado is in an area where he can be taken out. So for Squigookin to be able to get in there and get the revive.
What do you see?
And Squigookin is going to run away from Malcriado instead of pushing to him. A little bit strange there. Instead, he's going to relocate, make the push from a different angle. Not all 5 members, but mostly all 5 members, 90 or 80% of the Blaze squad is still standing. Meanwhile, only 25% of Phoenix is still up and going. They're down member. They have about 1.5 players on the field. Squigookin, veteran, I'm going to call you out, bro. Why did you leave your fellow man behind? Huh? Huh? How'd you leave him to die on the battlefield? I'm just kidding. Sometimes that sacrifice must be made in this game. Verds. He's right above Squigookin, doesn't even know it. Maybe he saw him there. He did, but doesn't matter because Naoko's going to jump in and steal his shot anyways. And Blaze going to go up another point here on Downfall. They're going to take it 3-0 against Phoenix. And Blaze just showing that they are unstoppable here on Downfall. I mean, this is some good play here from them. Ban Blaze capping through walls. What? What? Abused what capping mechanic? They capped from inside the basement. Yeah, somebody's gonna have to fill me in on what happened because I saw a clean cap on my end. Everything looked clean on my end so far. All the caps so far on this matchup have been clean from my observing side. I don't know if you guys saw something else because you weren't as involved in doing all this extra stuff that I'm doing while watching on my end, but yeah, I haven't seen anything that sticks out to me as something that should be shady or illegal, so you're going to have to back it up with some evidence before I accept any of that stuff. Anyways, we're on to the next round of gameplay here, and it's now round number 3. Yeah, I had to think about it because of the cap. It's now round number 3 on the final map, and Blaze are set to take it here if they can take the win. They get the quick spawn. This is what I love to see. This is the Blaze I like. This is the Blaze / Dangler / SMC. This is that aggressiveness. This is what we like to see. This is where the action comes out. Just because the map is big doesn't mean that you have to take forever to get across it. However, Gibbs going to take down Leroy or Batman. Noman's going to grab Squigookin on the objective. And the defense is going to smoke that spot. So actually, they're going to be helping the offenders right now. Verd's able to revive Batman. Blaze is up 5 men to 4 now. And we're only 43 seconds in. The drone comes out. They're calling out individuals. They are using that drone to get all the information they can. Whoever's flying that drone's pretty dang good at it because he's avoided not 1 but 2 men shooting at it. And they are getting all the info they need now. And the drone finally gets dropped. Zach Fontaine grabs Batman. But is that Verds? It is Verds. Verds has pushed his way up nicely into the more northern side of the map. However, he's going to have to be careful for Zach Fontaine, who's going to be rotating down from North Marsoc. And now he's in the North Marsoc Darkroom, or what was previously the North Marsoc Darkroom. But it doesn't matter because Naoko's got his M40, and again, he's sniping and ripping people's heads off. Bird's now on a push. He's got the angle. He could actually get up to this objective with 0 people seeing him. The smokes have come out from his team. That's going to provide such a great help. I mean, right here, right now, Verds, you lay down, you get that tablet out. This one goes 5-0. And there he goes. The tablet is out. Birds is calling for smoke. Noman takes down Gibbs on the objective. Birds is in a good spot. Oh, and Birds is inside the objective room. He's got tablet out. What do we got? What do we got? Do we have a cap here? And he does it. Birds with a nice cap at the end. And he takes it home for his team. And Blaze come out the victors in tonight's matchup. Very impressive, guys. Very good job. I mean, wow. So we'll take a final look at the scoreboard there. And as you can see, Blaze take the map, take the match, and take the series 10-7 with a great game from Phoenix, though. Definitely not taking away from how they played. They did very, very well. But Blaze just able to kind of show out and really show what they've got. So yeah, so that's going to wrap it up for me this evening. That was pretty much the last game of the night. There are 1 or 2 more still being played. I think G-Men versus Mob Squad actually going on right now. Unfortunately, we do not, have a caster on that one, but should be a good game nonetheless. And then I think there was 1 more maybe at around the same time. And then that'll do it for Season 6, Week 11. We'll move into Season 6, Week 12, which will be the final regular season week of Onward Master League Season 6. So everyone mark your calendars. There's going to be a lot of casts going on next week, a lot of games going on, everyone vying for those top spots as they try and duke it out into a final tournament, and then, of course, the wild card tournament for places 8 through the bottom of the leaderboard or something of that nature. Anyways, I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. Thank you to NightFiree with 2 E's who tuned in and helped me out with the co-casting for the first 2 maps. And, of course, thank you to all the viewers out there. Without you guys, I would have no reason to be on here tonight. And, yeah, I mean, thanks a lot, everybody. We hope you liked it. And tune in, subscribe, like, and do all that regular stuff. Anyways, I've been Sleepy. I'm your West Coast caster and game master, and I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.